world where self-doubt and negativity can often cloud our perception of ourselves, it's essential to implement strategies that promote self-love and confidence. We are now joined once again by relationship therapist and life coach Samantha Adams and Zoraida, who will be discussing the transformative effects of positive affirmations. Ladies, thank you for joining me for such an important conversation. How can, or rather, can you talk me through the process of positive self-affirmations, firstly? And secondly, what makes it such a positive tool and powerful tool?
Well, positive self-affirmation is actually the affirming of your self-worth, which in turn is actually a reflection of your core values and your belief system. So once, you turn that into positivity, then what happens is you actually view yourself in a different way.
And it's so interesting how the things you tell yourself, other people feel, they see it. Can you give me some practical examples of affirmations? And if you're happy to share some of your own personal ones.
So, what's a typical thing we often see with affirmations are little stickers on mirrors, right?
Yeah.
I am enough, or
Yes.
I will achieve this. So when you say, for example, I am feeling abundant and I'm feeling joyful, those are just words, but it's important for your body to feel what abundance feels like, and it's important for your body to feel what joy feels like. So it's important for you to think back to a time where you did feel abundant and you did feel joyful. Then when you are in that state of being where you're feeling that feeling of abundance, that's when you say the affirmation.
Absolutely. I mean, last night I was struggling to sleep. We had this conversation a few weeks back about my struggle with insomnia. And I kind of created my own affirmation. I've been practicing affirmations since I was about 16 years old. Yeah. And I said, I am well, I am swell, I am positive, and I can tell.
Oh, beautiful.
I am well, I am swell, I am peaceful, and I can tell. I am well, I am swell, because I had so many thoughts going on in my mind, jumping from thought to thought, and I felt that lack of peace. How then does self-affirmations and positive self-affirmations compare?
I think they compare in a way that it's all about thinking. So it's mindfulness is about thinking and your thought process. By having positive affirmation practices, it becomes a mindful practice over time. That repetitive repeating over and over to yourself that you are worthy, that you believe in yourself, that you are enough. It all actually ties into together.
I think what's great about that is that it's almost like, when you're trying to calm down or you're trying to find a sense of peace and you say, okay, I'm going to return to my breath. I mean, that's what we do with breath work. The wonderful thing about positive affirmations is that it's an anchoring for you. So say, for example, you're going through a tough time or you're going through a moment where you are navigating some extreme low self-esteem. For you to use your positive affirmation in that moment automatically grounds you.
It brings you back.
Which is lovely.
Yes.
That is incredible. And that is something that I think I struggle with. Not just the affirmations, but just the consistency of it. Sometimes when I'm going through the absolute most, when I'm questioning myself, doubting myself, when some of my goals are not actualizing as quickly as I want them to, or if I'm just feeling low and I need a pick-me-up, I kind of forget to return back to my affirmations. So ladies, how important is consistency within all of this?
I think it's very important, consistency, because it is about being repetitive, saying it to yourself every single morning. I like to start in the morning with my affirmation because it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
I love the word practice because it's exactly what it says it is. You have to practice something in order for it to become habit and in order for it to become second nature. However, what I want to say about what you mentioned earlier on about you not always returning to your affirmations, the fact that you know that, the fact that you have that awareness is so powerful. So if you continue to jump on the wagon again each time you fall, you are practicing. And before you know it, it'll become second nature. You'll go back to your anchor immediately.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It becomes a habit almost. And
Yes.
you remind yourself.
Yes.
This is such an empowering conversation. I literally have goosebumps. I can talk about this forever. But some people aren't as positive about it. Some people are skeptical. Some people are like, so you're going to just say a bunch of words to yourself and hope for the best. What then do you say to those people? Some people are not sure about affirmations and might not feel as passionately about them.
So I think success leaves clues. And I think if we look at all successful people in the world, from Oprah to Usain Bolt, they will all tell you the same thing. I have visualized this before it became a reality.
Amen.
So we can go, if it's good for them, it's good for me.
It's good for me, and I'm going to leave the conversation right there. Thank you so much, Z. Always a pleasure to have you in such panel discussions. And Samantha, thank you again from a professional standpoint. These conversations are truly so enriching. Now, that was certainly an empowering conversation, reminding us that by incorporating affirmations into our daily routine, we gradually reshape our inner dialogue, cultivating a stronger sense of self-worth and resilience. See you in a bit.